Ethan Blake was the kind of man people trusted. He worked as an accountant in a mid-sized firm in Chicago, quiet, polite, and always on time. Every client who came through his office believed their money was in safe hands. And for years, it was. But behind the calm smile and neat spreadsheets, Ethan was running out of time. His younger brother owed a dangerous loan shark nearly $50,000, and the threats had already started. Ethan begged for a few more weeks. Then he made the mistake that would ruin him. One late night, after everyone had gone home, Ethan opened the company's private accounts. He noticed small, forgotten payments, old refunds, overpaid invoices, money no one was watching. It started with a few $100s, then a few thousand. He told himself he'd replace it before anyone noticed. But greed is quiet at first. Within 6 months, Ethan had stolen nearly $200,000, moving it through fake vendor names he created. His brother paid off the loan, and Ethan thought the nightmare was over. Then, during a routine audit, a junior employee found an invoice with a strange signature. It didn't match any known contractor. She showed it to her supervisor, who brought it to the attention of the firm's directors. The investigation began quietly, and Ethan never saw it coming. 2 weeks later, as he walked into the office, police were waiting at his desk. His co-workers stared in shock as detectives placed him in handcuffs. The quiet accountant, the one who stayed late and brought coffee for everyone, had been stealing from them all along. At his trial, Ethan didn't deny it. He said he'd done it for family. But the judge reminded him that every thief has a reason, and none of them are good enough. He was sentenced to 7 years in prison. Today, the firm still keeps his desk empty, a silent reminder that even the most trusted hands can turn. Dangerous when desperation meets opportunity. Number 2. Ethan. It was a cold Friday night in Chicago when Detective Laura Grant got the call. The city's largest private bank had been robbed. Not broken into, robbed. Every dollar, every gold bar, every diamond inside the vault was gone. But here's the twist. The vault door had never been opened. Security footage showed nothing. No forced entry. No alarms. No one even entered the room for 2 days. Yet somehow, more than $25 million worth of assets vanished into thin air. The bank owner, Victor Hayes, was furious. He hired private investigators and even offered a reward for information. But Laura noticed something strange. Just a week before the robbery, the bank's security system had been upgraded by a small tech company called LockSafe Innovations, owned by a quiet man named Ethan Cross. Ethan was a former engineer who once worked for the U.S. Treasury, but left after a dispute. He was brilliant with electronic locks and obsessed with perfect crimes. When Laura questioned him, Ethan smiled calmly. If someone wanted to make a vault disappear, he said, they'd start by controlling who thinks it's still there. That line stuck with her. After weeks of digging, Laura uncovered the truth. Ethan had built a false digital overlay on the bank's monitoring system. The vault wasn't empty. It had been opened, looted, and resealed during a single maintenance night. Every camera, every alarm had been fooled by his fake live feed. When police finally raided his workshop, Ethan was gone. Only a note remained on his desk. You can't steal what was never really there. The money was never recovered. Ethan Cross was never found. But months later, in a remote part of Switzerland, a man fitting his description quietly purchased a luxury cabin, paying in gold bars stamped with the Chicago Bank's emblem. Ethan was later sentenced to years in prison. Please subscribe.